for another art lesson. Today we're going to talk about making art for you. That means that you love doing the artwork. It makes you happy while you're doing it. And when you're done, even if it doesn't look exactly like what Miss Carrie taught you, or it doesn't look exactly like what your brother or sister or parent made as well, that doesn't matter. It's your art and you should love it because you created it. I have a very fun art project for us today where you get to make all the decisions. And I have one of my favorite art books to read to you. It's called Ish by Peter H. Reynolds. Ramon loved to draw. Anytime, anything, anywhere. One day, Ramon was drawing a vase of flowers. His brother Leon leaned over his shoulder. Leon burst out laughing. "What is that?" he asked. Ramon could not even answer. He just crumbled up the drawing and threw it across the room. Leon's laughter haunted Ramon. He kept trying to make his drawings look right, but they never did. After many months and many crumpled sheets of paper, Ramon put his pencil down. "I'm done." Marisol, his sister, was watching him. "What do you want?" he snapped. "I was watching you draw," she said. Ramon sneered. "I'm not drawing. Go away." Marisol ran away, but not before picking up a crumpled sheet of paper. "Hey, come back here with that!" Ramon raced after Marisol up the hall and into her room. He was about to yell, but fell silent when he saw his sister's walls. He stared at the crumpled gallery. "This is one of my favorites," Marisol said, pointing. "That was supposed to be a vase of flowers," Ramon said, "but it doesn't look like one." "Well, it looks vase-ish," she exclaimed. "Vase-ish?" Ramon looked closer, and then he studied all the drawings on Marisol's walls and began to see them in a whole new way. "They do look ish," he said. Ramon felt light and energized. Thinking ishly allowed his ideas to flow freely. He began to draw what he felt, loose lines quickly springing out without any worry. Ramon once again drew and drew the world around him. Making an ish drawing felt wonderful. He filled his journals. Tree-ish, house-ish, boat-ish, afternoon-ish, fish-ish, sun-ish. Ramon realized he could draw ish feelings too. Peace-ish, silly-ish, excited-ish. His ish art inspired ish writing. He wasn't sure if he was writing poems, but he knew they were poemish. Ponder. Pond, ponder, dream, yonder. Pond, pond, yond, yond. Gleam, wander. Signed, Ramon. One spring morning, Ramon had a wonderful feeling. It was a feeling that even ish words and ish drawings could not capture. He decided not to capture it. Instead, he simply savored it. and Ramon lived ishfully ever after. The endish. So kiddos, for today's art project, I have no idea what it's going to become. Isn't that crazy? We're just going to see what happens. And my art project is going to look totally different from your art project. And if you're doing art with somebody else, they're going to look totally different from each other. So they're going to be very special art projects because they're going to be 100% your original work of art. So here's what we're going to do. The first thing is we're going to get a permanent marker and we're going to do some scribbling. Yes, scribbling. I don't know what direction I'm going to go in. I'm just going to go in one direction and then change my mind and then change my mind again, and let's see what happens. I'm going to start with some loop-de-loops because those are kind of fun. So I'm going to do loop-de-loops. Oop, and then it went down that way. Let's see, maybe now I'll do some big swooshes. I'll go up, down. What else could I do? I could go back and go like this. I could do, let's see, some kind of big shape here, kind of like a kite. I feel like I need one more thing over here. Maybe I'll do some circles. So maybe I'll start with a big circle and then a smaller circle and a smaller circle. And one more thing down here. How about some big rainbow shapes? Okay, so what is that? I don't know, but I kind of like the shapes that I made and it was fun to do. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my oil pastels. Now remember, I've used oil pastels before. Oil pastels are great to draw with, especially if you're going to paint on top of them. So let's see what I can create. All right, so the first thing I think I want to do is I want to color in my rainbow because I think that's really pretty. So I'm not going to make it perfect. I'm just going to add some colors. So we've got red, then orange. You might not have a rainbow on yours. You'll have to look at it and see what it looks like to you. Where's my yellow? I need a yellow. Here we go. Yellow, green, blue, and we need a little purple to finish it off. And a little bit, tiny bit of purple. All right, so I've got my rainbow there. That really does look like a kite to me. So let me turn it into a kite. My kite is going to be purple and yellow. So let's see, I'm going to do the big part, the sticks that kind of hold your kite together. And then maybe I'll go ahead and put on a swooshy tail. And see how some of my things just overlap? They go one right on top of the other. All right, now that I've got my swooshy tail, I'm going to go back in and color in some of this kite with my yellow. Then maybe the other pieces of the kite will be this fun magenta color. And I can keep going. You know how kites have those little ribbons on them? That would be fun to add some of those. So see how I'm just making it up as I go? This is a fun way to use your imagination. All right, those look like clouds to me. So maybe I will color my clouds in with a couple of fun cloud colors. Clouds don't have to be all white. Clouds can be a couple of different colors, especially when the sun is shining on them. They can have some pinks on them, or sometimes you'll see a little bit of blue in the clouds, or if it's getting ready to rain, sometimes you'll see a little green in the clouds. So I'm going to add a couple of colors to make these clouds look fun. Shall I turn that into something special? Let's see. How about I do a sun over here? I'm going to start with orange and then end with yellow. I'm going to add some rays so it's nice and bright. I'm so curious to see what yours are going to turn out like, because they're going to be so different depending on what your squiggles look like. You can make up your own art project. Okay, so I've got my sun, my kite, my rainbow. I'm still thinking about this little guy. But you know what? I could turn those two into eyes. That's a good start. So I've got these two circles. What if I gave them eyeballs? I haven't figured out what it is yet, but it has some eyes and it has some eyebrows. How about a blue nose? And we need a big happy smile on this guy. Should it be a person or should it be a dog? Ooh, I think it might be a dog. Let's do this. There, that kind of looks like a little dog, doesn't it? I like him. He's looking cute now. All right, I'm going to leave that like that. That's really fun. And maybe nothing else is jumping out at me that needs to be turned into something. Oh, I could make a little bird though. Let's see, what color should I use? I'm going to do a little red bird. I like red birds. Maybe this one is a little bird. So it's going to have little wings. And a little beak. There we go. Okay, so now that I've got some really fun things on my drawing, we're going to do something else that's kind of crazy. We're going to start crumpling up our paper. And this paper is a little bit thicker because I'm going to use watercolor on it, but I'm just going to start folding it. I know this is weird. You're saying, Miss Carrie, you're ruining your art project, but I'm not. I'm just playing with it. We're just going to see what happens when I fold it and then I unfold it again. So let's see, how many times can I fold my art project into teeny tiny, oh, that might be it. That might be all I can do. Okay, let's see. Now we got to unfold it. All right, I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to smooth it out. But what that did was it kind of gave me some interesting lines. So now that I've got lines on my paper, I'm going to pull out my watercolors and see what happens if I start following those lines and filling them in. So let's see, let's start with one of my favorite colors, some turquoise. And I'm gonna mix that up. And I see a line that kind of goes here, all the way across there. There's a little line there. I'm gonna fill that part up. Let's change colors. I feel like every little section should be a little bit different. So let's just see what happens if I do that. Let's try some green next. I'll do this part. So remember, this is like an art experiment. We don't know exactly what will happen, but by making all of these funny squiggles and by putting creases in the paper, it makes you think about doing art a little bit differently. Makes you try something new. Let's see, I'm looking for where there's a good fold right there. It kind of goes like that. I just like trying all the different colors just to see what I can come up with. And you can paint right on top of those oil pastels. And they'll still show up nicely. What else? Let's see. Let's color. I'm gonna leave the eyes white so you can see his cute little eyes. All right, I feel like I'm almost done. Let's do a little bit more down here. There we go. All right. So you can fill up as much of your page as you want to make your original work of art. And then think about it. When you're all done, what does it make you feel? Does it make you happy? What does it make you think about? Because that's what art's all about. It's all about making the artist feel good while they're painting it, and then making the person looking at that art think, I wonder what they were thinking, or that painting makes me feel great. So take a look at your artwork and the artwork of the others that are doing the project with you and see how it makes you feel and what it makes you think about. It's a fun way to do art every once in a while and just see what your imagination does. Have fun with this one. See you next time.